But first, joining us is former New York City Mayor and presidential hopeful Rudy Giuliani. Every time,
Alan, how are you?
what Frank was saying is every single time you mentioned Hillary, go after it, went through the roof.
Well, look, you know, the reality is that she represents, for Republicans, the exact opposite of the direction we think the government should go in. You know, she represents overspending, she represents overregulating, she represents oversuing, she represents overtaxing, she represents what we think of as a weak national defense, kind of ambiguity. I was asked a question about Iran. I suspect, with the exception of Ron Paul, every one of my colleagues would have answered exactly the same way. We're not going to allow them to become nuclear. She was asked that question by Tim Russett. She's still answering the question. I mean, I can't figure out her answer. Maybe yes, maybe no. We'll see. Who can tell? Like a typical Clintonian answer. So these are the things that this is the reason why we're Republicans. We're for strong national defense. She's for a weak national defense. We're for fiscal restraint, even though some Republicans lost their way. That's still the core of our party. She's for, you know, I have a million ideas and America can't afford them.
You did repeat that twice tonight.
I did. I think there are times in which Hillary tells us who she really is. I think, you know, the unfettered free market is the most dangerous force in modern America. There are some decisions that are so important, people can't make them, government has to make them. Or that one about I have a million ideas and America can't afford them.
I'm wondering, after the 401k match, the $5,000 baby bond, nationalized health care, are we all going to get a free car?
That statement that I quoted to you, which if any Republican said that, then all over the New York Times, big headlines. That's a really damaging statement. It's sort of an admission that we're looking at a Hillary spending spree coming right out of her own mouth.
Yeah. You know, I wonder, early in the debate, I noticed that Chris Wallace and my colleagues, Britt Hume, they were trying to get the nuanced differences between the different candidates.
It was good television.
Okay. But you said something, you spoke to the Family Research Council yesterday, and you dealt with all of these issues head on. Do you think you made headway and progress?
I do. I think I made headway as follows. I don't know that I've changed, how many minds I changed. I think I gained respect, meaning I think they understand that I'm going to stick with my positions. With me, they know where they stand. It's not going to be like we're going to put our finger up in the air and figure out what do they want to hear now. And I think you gain a certain amount of respect, particularly from social conservatives who respect integrity and they respect people who talk to them in a straight way. Of course, there are going to be some positions that you change, some positions that change over time. But the basic core of what you believe, gosh, if that changes...
Mayor, I got a really tough question for you.
What, about the Yankees?
Yes. Who should be the next manager of the New York
I'm still suffering. Joe is a close personal friend, and we're both from Brooklyn. I think he's been the greatest manager in my lifetime of any baseball team.
Who should be their next manager?
They should go back to Joe and give him the $7.5 million and not embarrass him by knocking down his salary.
That was my question. You're right.
The Red Sox are winning right now. I got that. And I'm the one who encouraged Tancredo to. During the break, I said to him, "You haven't mentioned illegal immigration tonight."
Yeah, that's right. He's trying to have other issues. All right, look, you yesterday, all the values voters, you did a speech to the value voters. Right. You came in sixth with 1.9%. Do you need these people to become president of the United States?
Yeah. I think we did a little better than that if you looked at the audience. I think that what I was trying to accomplish is not to necessarily change their minds. I want them to get to know who I am. I'm not their enemy. I'm not on the other side. I do have some disagreements with them. There isn't a group of voters in this country that we don't have some disagreements. And I wanted them to know whether they support me now or I'm the candidate later, they have an open door with me. And I will listen to them. I respect them. I don't see them as the enemy. I see them as having made a big contribution to a more moral America, to a better America.
You need them if you want to be president.
I need everybody if I want to be president. I mean, you need everybody. You need them and you need everybody else.
He voted for you for mayor, by the way.
He's not telling anybody.
But that was on the liberal line.
He's not telling anybody.
That was on Ray Harding's line. Anyway, listen. You said tonight you would favor a constitutional amendment protecting marriage of 6 or so states, like Massachusetts do with Massachusetts.
I've said that from...
I don't know if I've ever heard you say that before.
From the very beginning.
So you've never before said you wanted a constitutional amendment?
Oh, yes, I have.
Under any...
Yes, I have.
So
I have said from the very beginning what I said was, I will not support a constitution. I think I said it to you.
Yeah, you did.
I don't listen to that show.
Okay. I said, I don't support it if it's only 1 or 2 states, because it's not a serious enough problem.
Right.
But if it starts to become a serious problem, I don't know that I put an exact number on it, but if it starts to become a serious problem, because if too many states do it, then through the full faith and credit clause, you could actually bring down marriage completely. So that's at the point at which I would support a constitutional. I have always taken that position. And I tried to correct Carl. That position goes back from the first time this issue came up.
80% agreement does not make you 100% enemy. You've been repeating that a lot now on the.
Well, but isn't it true, really? I mean, Fred came after me for not being conservative enough. Well, look, on tort reform, Fred was, as liberal as Teddy Kennedy. He blocked every single tort reform measure of any substance. He got big contributions from the trial lawyers. So, I mean, even his conservative record isn't a pure conservative record. That's a big issue to women who can't get an OB/GYN. He's standing in the way of reforms that would help the medical profession and help patients.
Mr. Mayor, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.